Okay, you guys ready to rock? Let's do this. All right, it is Sunday, October 30th, and I am so grateful that you guys are here. Welcome to our Start Canada weekly training call. This is a one-team call, but it is the Start Canada committee that works diligently to put this call on. We started in February, and I was trying to think of how many calls we've done. We've done, I don't know, lots, over 20 anyways. And they're all available on the Start Canada YouTube channel. The recordings are there to listen to or watch. So we're super stoked, what we have going on here. We are a group of individuals. I'm a start mama, so I'm kind of out of the start range, but 18 to 35s. And we have a common vision to ignite all young people to own their lives physically and financially. And through our contributions, create freedom and a lasting legacy. How many of you guys can get super stoked about that? Raise the roof, clap, whatever you got going on. I see you're all muted, which is awesome. Well, we're super, super passionate about that. How can we not get excited about changing lives, right? One person at a time. So the purpose of this get-together every Sunday night for 45 minutes or so is to provide tools, support, coaching, and inspiration, and to also assist in building our belief, because when we have our belief built up, the vision that we have in our minds becomes a reality. The truth is we all have a vision. But the vision and what's going on in our lives may not be exactly what we want. And typically that is because our belief is not where it needs to be in order to make that vision be what we want it to be. Would you guys agree with that? Sometimes we can hold ourselves back and sabotage, right? So the whole idea is that this is a safe place for us to practice, for us to share, for us to get to know one another, to be able to share each other's stories, all in the purpose of inspiring others to live their ultimate lives. So we are a company called Isagenix. We are all associates of this company that we are so proud to be part of. We do not treat, prevent, cure, diagnose any illness or disease. What you get out of this is what you put into this. People on this call are going to hear some amazing, especially today, because this is Isa Body Day, whoop, 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 amazing transformation stories. And no two bodies are the same, all right? When our bodies have what they require, amazing things can happen, and that's what Isagenix can do. You may also hear some testimonials about financial, because Isagenix is also a financial opportunity for those people that wish to partake. And what works for one person may not work for another, because it really comes down to what you're putting into it. So on that note, I'm super, super excited to get into sharing with you our first starter in the spotlight for today. So the starter in the spotlight today is Jacqueline. And Jacqueline is a woman who I've known for about 2.5 years, maybe 3. Maybe more, I can't quite remember. But she is very passionate about her CrossFit. She's very passionate about the work that she does. She really has a heart of service. She really gets very excited and has a ton of energy around really supporting people with where they're at and where they want to go. And she's also planning her wedding for next year, which is super exciting. So Jack, we're going to pass it over to you. We're looking forward to hearing your story, babe. Take it over.
Thank you, Tinya, for that amazing introduction. Like, my heart, I was good, and then after that, I'm all racing. Okay, so I'm just going to zone in back for a second here. I'm so excited to be the starter in the spotlight this week. It means a lot. Being part of this community and watching everybody grow is just probably the coolest thing. So thanks a lot, everybody. And is it okay if I just share my story with you guys? Okay, I see some nods. Okay, perfect. So before Isagenix, I had started my health journey, and I had gotten to an okay place, but I got stuck for a long time. And I started to doubt myself. I started to wonder what all this hard work wasn't getting me anywhere. And I almost gave up. And really thankful to my mom, who's the one who introduced me, because she saw how I was struggling, and I opened up to her. And she said, just give it a shot. Try these products out and see what happens, okay? Like, just here. So I'm like, okay, Mom, okay, I'll fine, I'll do it. A couple weeks in, and my energy is back, and I'm just becoming me again. I'm seeing better results all of a sudden. I wasn't stuck anymore. I had something new to look forward to, and I started building more goals at the gym. So that was really good. And that was 3.5 years ago. So fast forward to today, I love the products. I'm using more products. I get excited about them. I love the results. I've been able to maintain my weight loss and gain muscle when I choose to, which is kind of fun in the CrossFit world, because you work so hard for it. You want to show it off. And now, as a result of all of this massive journey I've been on in the last I can't believe it's been almost 4 years, getting to share this gift with other people and showing them that you can be proud, you can feel good, you can be happy where you are and also be excited about where you're going to go. And that it's just all part of the journey. And so that's a little bit about me. And today's topic of the Isabody is just tying into that, because I've done it several times and I use it as a personal tool for me, but I just think it's really valuable for everybody, and that everyone really deserves the chance to do it and participate and see what it can do for them. So I won't go too into it because I know Jay's going to talk a lot about it later, and that I'm super excited for. So thanks again, guys, for listening, and enjoy the rest of the call.
Awesome. You guys give it up for Jack. Good job. You got to love that you can help people, you know, even 3.5 years later, and she's maintaining. How amazing is that? Because a lot of people do things where they can't maintain it, but also that she's now even continuing to make gains. She hasn't plateaued and got stuck, and she's continuing to make gains from a fitness perspective, which is incredible. We love having you as part of the Start group, Jack, so thanks for your share. Okay, now our next speaker. So we have the guy, the man of the hour, who is going to be sharing some amazing information to us about Isabody Challenge. How many of you guys have participated in the Isabody Challenge or are part of one? Great. Excellent. Okay. How many of you started it and not finished it? I did that in the beginning. I wish I'd started and never started, or wish I'd started and never finished. I know. Well, I'm not going to speak any more on it, but this man, Jason Snider, we've been friends for, I don't even remember, I think 3.5 or 4 years now. But I just love him like a brother, and Sarah like a sister. They are two people that are, you know, of my favorite humans on this planet. And they wouldn't have become part of my life if it wasn't for Isagenix. So for that, I'm so eternally grateful. They are parents of 3 beautiful kids, which he's going to go into a little bit more about. They've just had a brand new baby, an Isa baby. And Jason is really, if anyone can speak on Isabody, the why, the how, and the what, he's the man to do it. So I'm going to let him share the rest of his story. Jason, my friend, take it over.
Awesome. All right, can everyone hear me all right? Yes, good. Okay, sweet. Tinya, thanks for that introduction. It's always, I think it was funny because a Facebook memory popped up just recently, and it was like we were doing one of these start events, and she was the one that started and really took me under her wing and just kind of threw me into the spotlight and said, "You're speaking, right?" And we did like probably a year's worth of events, like live events in Barrie before we started this Zoom call up, and Jacqueline, you're another one that's amazing. Thank you for sharing. So I feel so close to you guys, and every time that I see you guys at an event, like it just lights me up. So thank you so much. You guys are awesome. So for those of you who don't know me, haven't met me yet, my name is Jason Snider. I've been with Isagenix. It's actually coming up on 4 years, which is just crazy. When I started Isagenix, I was in a pretty bad place, physically especially. I was in a good place emotionally. Like we had just bought a house. I got my full-time teaching position. We had our first baby daughter, and like things were looking good. Like things were up, but like the truth of it was I was seriously stressed out. Sarah was pregnant again with our second. There's kind of a recurring theme here. She keeps getting pregnant. I don't know if it's something to do with the Isabody, but but like we had all these good things going on. Yet at the same time, I was really stressed out. And being a new teacher and being a new parent and having the stress of bills and work and like everything else, like it just kind of got to me. And I fell out of an exercise routine. I went through kinesiology through university and knew the importance of exercise. I was working as a phys ed teacher and was trying to just get my kids to be more active. Yet at the same time, I was just putting on extra weight. And when I started Isagenix, I had no motivation to exercise at all. I think Sarah kind of pokes fun at me. I was the Isa guinea pig basically, because she was pregnant at the time and she couldn't do a cleanse. So she said, Jay, you're going to do the cleanse and you're going to see if this is actually legit. So really the cleanse was awesome. It was tough. It was a big change, but at the same time, it was something that I needed. I needed a kick in the pants to get myself going. I know we're not supposed to say numbers and everything like that, but I started with a 9-day And very quickly, I dropped 15 pounds and 12.5 inches of body fat. But the biggest thing was my energy was back, and that motivation just to hit the gym again and exercise, it came back. I was refueled. I was ignited. So it was awesome. So went on to basically just get into the Ice Body Challenge. And I initially I was just doing it just to complete them, just to get that $200 because we like products. We've got a family and we like to use the products and we loved it. So like, why not do the Ice Body Challenge and just get like $200 worth of product? Fantastic. But then it was actually 2015. So like 2 years in or so, after doing 3 or 4, there's actually, I think it was my 3rd one. And then I was in my 4th, and Shane Friels came up to Toronto. It was February 7th, 2015. And he was doing an event, and I remember seeing his pictures and looking over at Sarah and be like, that's my next goal. And the crazy thing is, like, we're now in a mentorship group where Shane Friels is in our group, which is just ridiculous how things come full circle. But he was like my inspiration, my motivation, just to really focus on an Ice Body Challenge. And when I put my focus into it, and I decided to actually do a full 30-day, like to the T, and not like just shortcut it and do a 9-day, that's when I got absolutely ridiculous results. And I'll talk about that a little bit later. But I ended up being an honorable mention after that. So got all kinds of recognition. It was fantastic. But I still have a big goal that I still am continuing to push forward. And with these products, it's crazy. Like I'll talk about that a little bit later too. But complete change, complete 180, and I feel fantastic. And I have never felt better in my life, really. So I'm just going to talk. There's about 3 things I want to go over. First thing is the logistics of the Ice Body Challenge. The second thing is using it as a business tool, because I'm guessing most people on here, I know Tinya already asked, how many people are currently doing the Ice Body Challenge? How many people, if you're just like, yeah, or in the chat or whatever, you're doing the Ice Body Challenge? Awesome. Really, personally, my opinion on this is, if you are building, quote unquote, building an Isagenix business, you need to be doing the Ice Body Challenge at all times. And when you finish one, you start the next one, and you just keep doing them over and over and over again. Because you're going to be using the products anyways. Even if you use that $200 free in product afterwards and donate it to charity or use it as samples, whatever, you should be doing a challenge all the time. Keep yourself accountable. Keep yourself being a product of the product. So really, that's my biggest thing, is that everyone should be doing it. And it allows you to be that product of the product. If you're signed up in the challenge and you're focused on it, you've got your end date in mind, that you're working towards that, it keeps you accountable, and it keeps you moving forward in terms of your health and your nutrition, that you're not going to fall off the wagon and just be like, oh, okay, I'm just using a few products here and there and whatever. And it keeps your story fresh too, right? Because a lot of people initially have like a great weight loss, and they're like, oh, then I have a weight loss story, and everything they talk about then is weight loss. For me, initially, I did lose a bunch of weight. I lost 40 pounds right off the bat within about 6 months or so. And then I've put on about 25, 30 pounds of muscle. So I've got a different story now. I can talk about the weight loss. I can talk about like putting on the muscle. So it gives you that story to work towards. It can be energy. It can be whatever. And we're all aging, right? So we have that healthy aging story to back us up too, right? So it gives you a story and a new story if maybe the first story that you had is something that's not fresh, right? Logistically, everyone should be in it. First of all, it's free to enter. It's stupid not to enter it. Like if you work for another company and they offered you a health insurance plan, for free, would you take it? Obviously you would, right? So if you're going to be, we're offering, this is your health insurance plan. Like you just have to sign up for the challenge and they're going to give you money back at the end in free product. So it's just amazing, right? Like why wouldn't you sign up for it? It's free. All you have to do is take 4 pictures, and literally you could do it with your cell phone. If you wanted to, you put the timer on your cell phone. We had an associate that we just started who used the timer because he had no one over there. So just set up his phone on the thing, timer, boom, 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 front, back, side, and then one with a date stamp or a newspaper. And really, I think most people who are in Start, you can figure out how to put the date on your photos. You should be able to figure that out. If not, there should be an app that you can put the date right in there on there, and then you don't have to worry about actually having a physical newspaper, which is cool. So really another reason why I think everyone should be doing the challenge is because if people see your results, if they see what you've done, like, and they'll look at it and be like, well, if he can do it, why can't I? Or if she can do it, why can't I do it? Why can't I get the same results? And if everyone in your organization is doing the IsaBody challenge, it becomes a little bit of a community, right? And everyone's doing it together. It's not like, it's non-negotiable. Like, everyone just does it together, and we hold each other accountable through it, right? Some of the great things about the IsaBody challenge in terms of logistics, you get a free t-shirt. So I've got like 7 or 8 of these. It's ridiculous. Like, they just keep sending you a new t-shirt every time you do a challenge. And you get $200 free in product, which I've been mentioning already. There's 30 honorable mentions in a year. So every challenge period, so there's 3 per year. There's NYKO, there's top achievers, and then there's celebration. Depending on when you start your challenge, you can start it at any time. And there's 30 honorable mentions. So those honorable mentions get $1,000 cash. They also get a free ticket to the event, not all expense paid, but you get a free ticket to go to that event, which is pretty cool. So if you're going to be building a business, awesome, right? Like, you got a free ticket now to the event, some of those major corporate ones. There's 15 finalists, so 5 from each challenge period. They get $3,000 cash, and they get an all expense paid trip to their challenge. They have to walk across stage, they get recognized there, and they get a crap load of swag. So they get absolutely spoiled. They get treated like absolute rock stars. Like, it's absolutely insane. That's phenomenal. And then they have a chance of being possibly the runner-up, which was new this year. So we had a runner-up, and then Albie Shepherd was the grand prize winner this year, who gets $25,000. The runner-up got $10,000. So just by taking your photos and having those as proof of this is where I started, and this is what we tell people. We say, look, you want to have those photos right off the bat, because even if nobody ever sees them, and you want to know that that is where you started from, because what if you end up being the IsaBody grand champion? Are you not going to want to have your photos from the initial point to show that full journey? Do you want to have it halfway in between? No, you don't. You want to know where you started from, right? And you want to see that full progress. And then when someone sees those photos, they'll be like, dude, like, I was just like you. And now I can do that, right? Like, even if it's 3, 4, 5 years, whatever, of a whole journey, that's fantastic that you've got that. So for someone to look back on, there is all expense paid holiday as well. It used to be a cruise. Now it's like, they're calling it the Escape. They went to Costa Rica this year. They actually just were there just last month, which is pretty cool. Just by entering, you get a random entry into that cruise. So you might be, just if you complete a challenge, they might call you up and be like, you were one of the random entries that is coming with all these IsaBody finalists to this big event. So, like, absolutely ridiculous. Can you imagine? Like, just for completing a challenge, didn't really do that well, didn't get recognized, but then they give you a phone call and you're like, all of a sudden you're going out there and hanging out with like some of the corporate team and awesome like challenge finalists, and get to pick their brains on all kinds of stuff too. So pretty cool. The culture is phenomenal. If you haven't got into the IsaBody Challenge official Facebook group, awesome. Like, people are there to absolutely cheer you on. They're there to support you 100%. They will, if you have challenges, anything, they're there to like answer questions. They're there to just like, if you're having a bad day or whatever, it's phenomenal support. You get like 20,000, 30,000 people in that group that are all just really, really focused on helping out others and helping them achieve their best results. So a phenomenal community that you've got there. So as a business tool, that's the next thing that I wanted to focus on, is just as a business tool, you're going to get way more volume in your organization. So instead of people reordering that minimum 100 every single month, the average order basket, I'm not 100% sure what the average is now, but it's over 200 BV for someone who's enrolled in the IsaBody Challenge. Team, you might know, it's like 237, I think, at the last event they were saying, but I don't know exactly, but it's definitely over 200. Because you have to, if you're really gunning for the IsaBody Challenge, you really want to get great results, you're not ordering just a shake a day. Like, you're ordering like extra product, you're ordering bars, you're ordering like other things. If you're ordering the amp line, you're ordering like more stuff to get a better result, right? So those people that are in the IsaBody Challenge, As a business tool, great. They're going to be ordering more, and that allows you to cycle more often. Fantastic. Bigger order baskets, more often that you cycle. Fantastic. You have to complete the IsaBody challenge, you have to be active for all 16 weeks of your challenge. So it keeps your associates accountable, that they're not going to be like, oh, I'm going to order this month, and then next month I'm going to be like, oh, well, whatever. Because if they're serious about completing their challenge, then they have to be active. They have to order at least 100, but they also have to have at least 500 in DV throughout their 16 weeks. So that's an average of 125, but really realistically, they're going to be up closer to 200 on average. Some of the business tools that you can use for the IsaBody challenge. Sorry, before I get into that, there's the $1 Million Challenge. How many people are in the $1 Million Challenge right now that you're enrolled in the $1 Million Challenge? I'm not sure if you're aware, but every single person that you sponsor in that challenge, the $1 Million Challenge period, who enrolls in the IsaBody challenge, you get another point. So like Isagenix with the $1 Million Challenge is just dishing out free money come like January, February. They're going to just dish it out to you. So it's just an extra point. It's just an extra chance for you to get more money, and fantastic, right? So you want to get more people, more support, more, and that's going to pay you more, right? So by helping those other people, it's helping you. Some of the tools that we have with the IsaBody challenge, the videos are phenomenal. If you look on like the Isagenix YouTube page or on like isamovie.com, there's some amazing transformation videos that are phenomenal, and it goes into the person's story. The story is so much bigger than the actual like transformation. Even though a picture paints 1,000 words, if you hear the person's story, that's really going to connect with some people. So you might want to go through and look at all those IsaBody finalists, like all of their stories and their videos, and see if maybe when you look at them, maybe one of their stories is going to resonate with someone that you've been talking to, or someone that just comes up in your mind. You're like, I should share that with so-and-so. Because everyone has different stories, and they try to pick finalists that have a different story. It's not everyone about weight loss, not everyone about putting on lean muscle. So pretty cool, those videos. The lookbook is phenomenal. And with the lookbook, which is really cool now, if you have the IsaTools to Go app, you can actually send, no, Tinya, you're actually using it. That's awesome. Yeah, so you can actually send a whole section of the lookbook. So if it's someone that's on a weight loss journey, you can send them the whole section of weight loss, and they can go through every single person. It's not just one person's photos, right? Which is phenomenal. Or if they're on a mission to put on lean muscle, you can show them like the performance section. It's crazy. So that's some of the business side of things in terms of using the IsaBody challenge to your advantage. The last thing that I just kind of wanted to touch on is just IsaBody and belief. I said early on that when I went to that Shane Friel's event that I just made a decision. I was like, I'm going to go for it. And what if one day I am an IsaBody finalist? What if one day I am the IsaBody champion? It comes down to with making a decision. And at that time, like early January, I read an amazing book by Jeff Olson. It's called The Slight Edge. So I don't have it with me. I lent it out to a friend. So otherwise I'd hold it up and show you. It's The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. Phenomenal book. It was an absolute game changer because it really just, it hit on the same point over and over and over again, but it really just cemented it into my brain that small daily actions added up over time can add up to absolutely massive results. So don't look at yourself and don't think of, okay, well, this one workout, well, if I miss it, whatever, it's not really, it won't make a big difference in the scheme of things. Or if I don't take my Ionics and I don't have my shake for breakfast today, whatever, I'm just going to grab a bagel. It's not going to, but those small decisions, like little tiny decisions every single day, they add up over time. And if you get into the habit of making great decisions over time, and that's what I did. I just decided, I'm like, that's it. I'm working out every single day, and I'm going to actually put the system to the test, to the T, where I didn't cheat on it at all. And that's where I had the best results possible. And if you decide that, that's the first step, right? And it's those small things over time. There's the other quote that I absolutely love is Napoleon Hill's, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. And that's an affirmation that we get our kids to say every night before bed. If I can conceive it and believe it, I can achieve it. And I really do think it's phenomenal that we're bringing our kids up in a culture where we share that with them, which is phenomenal. And I do believe that if you put your mind to it, you can achieve any kind of result you want with these products. We've seen it over and over and over again with people getting ridiculous results. And it's because we know our products are that high quality. We know that. There's no arguing the science behind our products. It's just a matter of putting it to the test and actually using them the way that they're designed to be used, and allowing the body to become the miracle that it is when you do use the products the way they are intended to be used. So I talked about the Shane Fields event, and then it doesn't really matter what your goals are. So, like, obviously my transformation went from weight loss and went up to putting on lean muscle and really just getting ripped. It doesn't matter if you want to be a member of the 100-pound club, and I am absolutely stoked to hear Robin's story coming up. I can't wait to hear, because looking at your photos, I was just like absolutely blown away. So if you want to be a member of the 100-pound club, if you want to just get ripped, you want to get shredded, you want to put on lean muscle, it doesn't matter what your goals are, just go for it. Like, absolutely go for it, and you can do it with the IsaBody Challenge as your accountability system. Just put the products to the test and absolutely get the results that you want. So decide, get into action, and allow time to take its action, and you can achieve whatever results you want. And remember, the motto right now for IsaBody Challenge is start. So start with the decision, complete, don't half-ass it. Did I get bleeped out there? Complete it, finish it, and then do it again. Keep repeating it. And I think when I was talking to Tinya earlier this week, one of her good friends and associates, Jen Romaski, she was considering just like, oh, I'm just going to stop my challenge because I'm not in the best of shape or whatever. And she ended up being the finalist. Are you kidding me? Can you imagine? She stopped her challenge, said, no, I'm just going to start it over again. So you never know. You never know what your story is and how it's going to resonate. And that essay that you submit for your IsaBody Challenge, it is just as important as your before and after photos. So don't just I'll just spend 2 minutes and send off like 5-word essay. Actually put some thought into it. And if you have the IsaBody journal, that's another tool that's great from IsaBody. Mine's sitting over there. Use that as a tool just to reflect on where you are and your progress all the way through the journey. So with that, I think I've taken up more than enough of your time. So I hope everyone got some value out of that. And I can't wait for Robin. So.
Oh my gosh, you guys, give it up for Jason. Woohoo! Amazing. And congratulations on your honorable mention. And we're looking forward to seeing you as a finalist this year. Absolutely. You guys get some great takeaways from what Jason shared? Yes, excellent. And he just touched on that last point about my friend Jen Romaski. We were having a phone conversation and she was like, oh, I don't feel like I did as well as I could have. I just want to start fresh. I'm not going to finish it. And I had a conversation with her and Kellyanne Zander. How many of you guys know Kellyanne Zander? Kellyanne Zander is another friend of mine, another teammate who, thank God, I had a conversation with her in the grocery store, and thank God that I shared the IsaBody Challenge with her, because that before picture that she told her husband, no one is going to see this. Well, hundreds of thousands of people have seen it, but that's because she won the IsaBody Challenge, and as a result is now a mom with 2 girls. She's a full-time flight attendant, absolutely love what she does, but now she's a 2-star Golden Circle and has a lot of freedoms to be able to live her life the way she chooses with her family, and she's found a new purpose in how she inspires others. So thank you, thank you for having that conversation. So don't be afraid to reach out, and like Jason says, don't just start it, complete it, repeat it. And be really stressing the importance of people participating, because like he said, it doesn't cost anything to do it. All right? It doesn't cost anything to do it, and the support is incredible. Amazing. So thank you, Jason. Such great information and such a great passionate share. We're so proud of you. On that note, we get to speak with the lovely Miss Robin James. And Robin and I just got to have a conversation yesterday. I've not got to officially meet you in person, but I do look forward to that. So what I know about Robin, and she's going to tell us a whole lot more about herself and her journey. If you've not met Robin or heard her story or, seen her transformation pictures, buckle up, get ready to be blown away, because this woman is beyond incredible. And I'm so inspired by her just from the first sentence that came out of her mouth on the phone yesterday. She lives in Newfoundland. She's 28 years old. And she's very passionate about what she's doing with her education right now and what she's doing in her life right now, because she's really in a brand new chapter in her life. And we're so excited to hear more about what Robin has to share. So what we're going to do is Robin and I are going to do a little bit of an interview style. And so we can get right to the nuts and bolts of Robin's journey. How are you, Robin? Oh, are you muted, hon? We're going to unmute you. Do you know how to unmute your thing now? Unmute. I got you. There you go. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Okay.
you.
My computer's being really loud, so I don't really know how that's going to go, but we'll see.
We can hear you. That's awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. We're so excited to have you here joining us from the East Coast.
Thank you.
Awesome. So this beautiful, lovely, energetic, fit, healthy, vibrant woman that we see now wasn't always the case for you, right? So can you tell us a little bit about what your life was like 2 years ago?
All right. So a lot has changed in 2 years for me. 2 years ago, I weighed 425 pounds. Actually, I weighed more than that. The first 2 weeks I started Isagenix, I had no weight scale that could weigh me. So what I had to do is I had to go to a fish plant where they weigh these huge like fish tubs, and I had to get weighed on that scale. So that was a huge deal. My university was put on hold. I outgrew the seats in the university. I was at a point in my life where I was stuck, basically. There was nothing I could do until I felt like I lost the weight and I was able to fit in the seats to continue my education. My system was completely taxed. I mean, I can think of so many situations where I would be sitting next to a friend and I'd get so frustrated because they would accuse me of falling asleep. And I was just sitting there. But what it was is they thought I was snoring. But this is just how hard my body had to work. It sounded like I was snoring, but it was just me breathing. And I had no idea. Like, I really didn't. I used to basically get out of breath. I couldn't walk more than 20 feet without having to stop, put my hand on a wall. Like, I was in horrible shape. And I felt like that was my body and there was nothing I could really do about it. So one day, my friend Heather Oram introduced me to Isagenix. So I was like an Isagenix nightmare. I wanted nothing to do with it. I didn't want to hear talk about it. I'm the biggest skeptic. Like, I'm the type of person who needs to see it to believe it. Like, give me it. Like, just no. So she's like, just do it. And I'm like, no, I'm not ordering. I'm not signing up. You're crazy. So she actually gave me 2 weeks of products, like, God love her. And I only took it to prove her wrong. I was like, give me the products. I'm going to show you, like, this doesn't work. Like, there's no way I'm going to get smaller type of thing. So I started taking the products. Like, 3 days later, I was like, okay, well, like, sign me up because I'm ordering everything because I felt amazing. Because at that point, I mean, I was so large and I had no energy, like, to get up and go get, like, a glass of pop at that point. Definitely not water, but it was such a big deal to me. So it was just, I don't know, it was amazing for her to give me that opportunity. And I'm so glad that I, like, accepted it after a while. So I ordered the biggest pack possible. And here I am, like, 2 years later. I feel amazing. I mean, everything has changed for me. So many doors have been opened. I'm back in school. I'm in education faculty. I hike for fun. Like, I do hard trails. I play competitive volleyball. I rock climb. Like, my focus area is in physical education. And it's like, I really have, like, a bring on the world attitude. Like, I just want to try everything, basically.
Oh my gosh, that is so amazing. I'm, like, choked up. I don't even know how I'm going to contain myself. This is I'm so grateful that you skeptically put the food in your mouth, right?
Oh, yeah.
Thank goodness, and thank goodness your friend was brave enough to talk to you, because you know what? A lot of times we would meet people that might be in the place that you were in, and sometimes people have had a lot of failed attempts, or they've had a lot of things that haven't worked, and the fear of failure can really paralyze a lot of people. So thank goodness that she spoke to you. So have you participated, I know that we talked a little bit about the Ice Body Challenge, because this is, we're sort of focused on that a little bit. Can you talk about why the Ice Body is important to you and your experience with it?
Okay, Ice Body, I know Jason said a lot of amazing things about it. It couldn't be more true. I mean, it holds you accountable. I mean, our amazing community holds you accountable anyways, but it's just so nice to be able to go into a challenge where it doesn't matter, like, how well you do, like, you get $200 just for doing it. I mean, that's amazing. And for me, it just holds me accountable. But the biggest thing for me is I regret not signing up immediately. Like, I went on, like, I was in Isagenix for over a year. Like, I had a lot of weight gain, a lot, and I was still not really comfortable. So I finally signed up because the issue was I did not want to take a picture. Like, I have no before pictures, barely. Like, there's like one. I don't have any at my biggest point. So I really regret that. So what I tell people is sign up for the Ice Body Challenge immediately. I know what it feels like to not be comfortable with pictures. Just do it. You will, like, thank yourself later. Basically, just trust in the products. They're going to work. Like, they're going to work. Just take the pictures and sign up and just don't stop, basically. And
Yeah, and don't you love the support system? I mean, you've lost well over 100 pounds. You're part of the 100-pound club for sure, right?
275 pounds lost.
Oh my God, you guys. How insane is that? She's part of the 200-pound club, and you're being congratulated by hundreds of thousands of people around the world for being a part of the 200-pound club, which is just, this community is so incrediable, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I did get the honorable mention as well, so
that's right.
That was really amazing. Amazing. I'm in the lookbook, and yeah.
Oh my goodness, congratulations. So well deserved. So who would have thought, like, 3 years ago that this, this girl Robin, who was struggling to get out of bed in the morning and make it to the bathroom, is now an inspiration to thousands of people around the globe, all over the place, right? So powerful, so amazing. So what do you love most about your life now?
Everything. No. Basically the whole all doors are open thing, and I really love to travel. Like, before, I couldn't travel. I couldn't get in a plane seat. I definitely wasn't going to try because I've heard so many horror stories about it. But there was no way I was getting on there. So now I just feel like I have to make up for all this lost time, is what I call it, because I feel like I couldn't do, like, I was so limited to what I could do. And, like, even when it came to, like, something as simple as going into a restaurant or something, like, I felt like I had to go scope out, like, how big the seats were, and, like, just things that no one, like, unless you've been there, you don't really think about. And it's such a big deal to just be able to walk into a store, any store, and just buy a piece of clothing. Like, it still blows my mind, and I still, like, today, like, it's amazing. Like, it's definitely one of my favorite parts for sure.
Oh, that's amazing. That's so powerful. Now, when you were going through your system, like some people, Jason said on this call that he used to dabble with the 30-day and not always stick to it completely. And I don't think he's alone. I think there's many of us that kind of dog it, or we'll cleanse tomorrow, we'll cleanse tomorrow, we'll cleanse tomorrow. So can you share with us, because I'm going to assume that maybe you had some tough days. So what did you do to help? I mean, to lose 275, to release 275, like you've done a lot of 30-day systems. So did you have a couple of days that you were wall kicking, or what did you do to keep yourself focused on the goal?
To keep myself focused on the goal, like, for me, motivation were definitely in the results. Like, when you have a lot of weight to lose, or it doesn't matter how much you have to go, the important part is to just take progress pictures. So don't look at how far you have to go per se, just look at how far you've come. So, like, that's what I did. I mean, I was at the point where I had, say, 100 pounds gone. That's amazing, but I still had 175 to go. You know what I mean? Like, I was still feeling not so good about my image and stuff like that. But I'd look at these pictures and be like, oh my God, like, look how far I've come. This is amazing. And it just kept the motivation. And of course, there were days like I'd get off track or something. But honestly, for the most part, I've found it really convenient and really easy. And I know it's hard to believe because, it's a lot of pounds to go, but it's been so good to me. And I feel like the system is so lenient, and you can really tailor it to your life. So I basically follow the 30-day over and over. Or that's what I've done anyways, to lose all the weight. I never did anything, like I tell people, I never did anything special, like just 30-day. And if I felt like I feel like with this program, I can never feel like I actually like messed up, because you can just reset with a cleanse. I mean, who's with me on that? Obviously, like that's what we do, right? It's like, oh, I ate bad, or I went to this wedding or something. It's okay. I'll just cleanse the next day. And that's what I did. And I'm just right back on track. It's just like, you don't have to worry. Like, you know, you have a solution. So
your mindset is completely so empowering within itself. I just love how, you know, just clear and focused that you are. It doesn't sound like you've got a lot of kind of BS stories in your head. You just stay focused on where you're going, which is so important, to not let all this other distraction stuff kick in, right? Yeah. That's incredible. So, what are you excited now about moving forward with your life and, you know, with Isagenix as the vehicle? What really stokes you and fires you up about your future, where you're going?
Well, I've always been really into helping people. Like, I'm in school to be a teacher. So I feel like this is an amazing opportunity for me to show people what's possible, to help them accomplish their goals. And I just feel like I can just help so many more people on a whole different level. So I'm all about helping people. So this is really exciting for me.
That's amazing. And you know, we're so blessed to have you as part of the family, the ISA family, to do this and part of the START group. And, you know, I just have one more question for you. If you could give these guys, you know, some advice, because sometimes when we have friends that are, you know, beyond 100 pounds, that would be their goal to be able to let go of. Sometimes it's hard to know how to approach people in a loving way, but without hurting feelings or stepping on toes. Or do you have any suggestions for, because I know your friend just bought you 2 weeks worth, but if that's not an option for someone, but they wanted to try to help a friend, what would you encourage them to do?
That's a good question. It's really, I like to say, it is like a touchy situation, but I just think that if you show them what's possible, and just like, you know, we have so many success stories out there available, and so many connections that you can make just to show them that it is possible. Like, the main thing that they have to realize is they're no different than anyone else, because that's where I was. Like, I just thought, oh, because of this and this, I can't lose the weight. Oh, that's a special situation. They lost all the weight, but that's not true. There's so many success stories. Everyone has the same products available, and really, they have nothing to lose. But what they really need to do is realize, again, that they have the same tools available to them. But I'm not really sure.
Well, I guess it's kind of like anything. I guess it's kind of like, you know, we just approach people with love and care. We offer it. They can say no. They might say yes now, or they might say yes 2 or 3 years from now. But the whole idea is just to stay consistent and loving on them, and just, you know, just supporting them with where they're at and what's going on. And I think what you said is really powerful, that it's like what Jason said, is that it's for everyone. You know, it's like the ISA Body Challenge is for everyone, regardless of what a person's goals is, whether it's to lose 10 pounds or more than 100, or it's to gain lean muscle or even gain some healthy weight because they're, you know, they're unhealthily underweight. It's for everybody. And I think you've made a really valid point there, because Isagenix is about health. You know, it absolutely is about health. So thank you so much for sharing. Are there any closing points that you wanted to add, or do you think you've
I think I got everything, unless there's anything anyone would like to know or anything.
Do you guys have any questions for Robin? Well, we've got this honorable mention on the phone, and we're looking forward to seeing her and Jason as finalists on the stage. I think you might have some competition, Jason. Awesome. So, Robin, thank you so much for your time. We really, really do appreciate it. And I think just to add, you know, just to carry on to what they've said, is that you never know where people are at. You never know when it's going to be their time. So if you don't ask people, they can't say yes. And just trust and have faith, you know, in the process, and allow your people to trust and have faith in the process, and share the tools, you guys, because they absolutely, you know, they absolutely do work. Great. Well, I'm super stoked. This has been an amazing call. So we're going to wrap it up. Just to let you guys know that next week we have the amazing Dave Anderson. We've got Corey, I don't have my glasses on, Scavarelli, I think is his last name. And he is from Thunder Bay. We've got the beautiful Kimberly Drisdale. I think Kim's on here. And she's going to be our starter in the spotlight next week. And on that note, just remember, those of you in the Toronto area, we've got an amazing Super Saturday, November the 5th in Toronto. You do not want to miss it. The lineup is butt kicking. with Dr. Paul Beyondich, Dr. Renata Beyondich, Aaron Marshall, Dr. Michelle Dickey. We've also got Teresa Van Heusen is hosting, and Janie Snellgrove is going to be speaking as well. Like, what a lineup. I haven't seen a lineup like that all year. Tickets are available online, $25. So you definitely want to get there, and you want to bring your peeps. It'll be over by 2:30, and we're super excited to see you guys there this Saturday. On that note, don't forget to get your tickets for Red and White if you haven't. That's our Canadian event. Those of you that are heading to Texas for New Year's kickoff, don't forget, they've got pretty good flights and deals on hotels right now, so I've been checking it out, so it's a good thing to pay attention to as well. Other than that, I just want to give, again, a huge big thank you to Jacqueline for sharing her story. You guys give it up for Jacqueline. Whoop, whoop. Jason, we love you. Thank you so much for all the incredible information. I'm sure if you guys aren't signed up yet, you're going to, right? Who's committed to keep continuing in the Isabody? Yes. Thank you, Jason. And to the beautiful Robin, you are just powerful beyond measure, my friend. Your light just shines so bright, and I'm just so grateful that Isagenix found its way into your life and you found your way into ours. So thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. Okay, you guys, come on out of the hiding if you'd love to join us in our picture. We're going to do a group pic, and then I'm going to let you guys go. You guys open up your videos. Are you guys going to be all shy? Oh, that was a picture just of the top corner. Hold on. Okay, you guys ready? There's Kenny. How are you, buddy? All right, you guys ready? 1, 2, 3. Isabody. Oh, I got my glasses on. I got to do another one. Hold on. Okay, you ready? Here we go. You guys are the best. Awesome. Okay, you guys, thank you so much. Big love to all of you. Make it an amazing week. Inspire some people and change their lives. Bye for now.